is recorded to help you build an Excel model to solve the linear programming we covered in class. It's the one with two plants, send shipments to Norwood, Westwood, Eastwood. Okay, so I already entered some information just to save some time. So basically, first we want to enter the cost from 2 plants to 3 locations. So we always construct a table like this. See, as from and to. So in our case, from 2 locations, plants 1 and 2, to 3 locations, Norwood, Westwood, Eastwood. So we just use 1 and 2 to represent these 2 locations, and 1, 2, 3 to represent 3 destinations. So this is the cost given in the table. And the second table we're going to build is a table contains decision variables. It has this exact same structure as our cost table. So I normally just copy paste and delete all the number. So in this table, it contains 6 decision variables we defined in our problem. So it's in these 6 cells. As usual, I highlight decision variables in yellow. So after solver solve the problem, I know exactly where to find it. So after we build cost table, decision variable table, then we're going to formulate objective function. So I just type in objective function, and it's a minimization problem. So I just type in this information. And then I'm going to build my objective function in cell B11, so you can just go ahead and highlight it. So now I'm going to introduce a new Excel function. It's called subproduct. So subproduct basically will let you easily use so some product will help you make the multiplication easier. So basically, if you use this function, it will let every number value in the first table multiply every value in the second table accordingly. So basically, in our objective function, we want 24 to multiply this is x sub 1, 1, 1, 1, and plus 30 multiply x sub 1, 2. This is x sub 1, 2. Instead of typing all these variables, numbers, we can just easily use the function. So how to use it? Excel function always start with equal sign, and it's sum product. You see sum product, you can select it from the list. So now we are going to select every single value in the first table, okay, and a comma, and then every single value from the second table. So this function will just take care of the multiplication, and then you can go ahead and click enter return. Okay, so this is what's behind the cell sum product. Now let's build our constraint. Okay, so I already typed in the signs and the right hand side of our constraints. I'm just going to build the left hand side. So 25 is a demand at our first location, so we want to make sure everything goes into this location will be at least 25. So it will be equal to let's use a sum function. Try to make things easy in case you have many destinations. So first destination, so the floats goes into first destination from 1 and 2. So we are going to select these 2 cells, and it's in the sum function. For the second one, the same. We're going to select this column. The third one, equal sign, do the same, this column. So that's taking care of 3 destinations. We want to make sure all the incoming flows going to this destination greater than or equal to the demand. Now here comes 2 supply constraints. Supply constraint, we want to make sure everything goes out of these 2 plants will be under the limit 50-50. So we have 2 origins, they both go to 3 destinations. So here we are also using sum product. So plant 1, it goes to 1, 2, 3. So we are just going to select entire row, and we are going to do the same for the second location. Okay, so now this is everything under in our spreadsheet. So now you can go to solver. Okay, so objective function is in B11, so you can go ahead and change this to B11. And remember to change the problem to minimization, and then changing variable cells. So my variables are in B8 to D9, so it's in B8 to D9, and you can add constraints. So we can add first 3, change the sign to greater than or equal to. So the left hand side is from A14 to A16. And we can copy this because right hand side goes from C14 to C16. And you can add another 2 more. So left hand side is A17 to A17 to A18, and the right hand side we can just copy this. It's from C18 to here I have a typo, C17. 17 to C18. Okay, and remember to change the algorithm to simplex LP. So now we can click solve. Okay, click OK. So now you see we get our solution of shipment from origins to destination, also objective function 2490. This is the solution. Hope this video helps you learn how to use Excel solver to solve transportation problems.